Hey Pitmasters, what is up? Today we're going to be making burgers. This barbecue sauce is going to be a classic barbecue sauce, but with a Dutch twist. We'll start off with some ketchup, which is quite normal to do. Maybe a little bit more. One of the more important ingredients is our bourbon. A good splash of it. Some balsamic vinegar, and you want to get the one from Modena, the IGP version. Really sweet and thick. And of course, what makes a barbecue sauce? Our Worcester sauce. I definitely want some heat, so we're going to add some habanero Tabasco hot sauce. Some raw cane sugar. And this is our secret ingredient, ketchup manis. Now once and for all, I'm saying ketchup, which is ketchup, not ketchup. This is ketchup, this is ketchup. This is not the same thing, this is completely different. This is a sweet Indonesian sauce and it's freaking amazing. If you don't have this in your cupboard, you need to go figure out what it is, where you can find it and order some. Go on Amazon, look it up. You need this stuff, you need this in your life. So I'll set this on my little stove, let it come up to temperature and slowly simmer down to a nice smooth consistency. For our burgers, we're going to grind our meat in two sizes because I want to know, do I prefer the bigger size, the more coarse size, or the smaller size? So let's do that right now. There we go, super easy. For our meat, we're going to use 50-50 beef and pork, and there's a good reason for doing that because nowadays in the supermarket you get beef that is so lean, it's just ridiculous. There's almost no fat in there. So what I want to do is I want to mix that up. I want to take our lean beef and then mix it up with pork belly, which still has a good amount of fat on it. So we'll chop up our beef real coarse so it's ready for the grinder. So we'll slice up the pork belly as well. We're going to start off by grinding half of this fine. We grind it all up and are going to put it through the machine once again. So we're going in for the second grind. You can clearly see now that we got a good mix between the pork and the beef. Also the fat really gets well dispersed. All done on our fine grind. And look at it. The fat is really nice mixed in, and what that's going to help with is rendering down the fat while we are baking our burger. I'm just taking out the fine disc and putting in the coarse one. Now we can clearly see the difference in what happens when you grind it fine or when you grind it coarse. When you grind it fine, the emulsifying of the meat is much more consistent, whereas with a coarser ground, you definitely get these beautiful chunks of fat still in there. I like to get out a sheet of baking paper. We're going to make these by hand, but first we're going to look at our bun. The size of the bun is going to determine the size of the patty. We want to go like centimeters wider than our burger bun because the meat is going to shrink, and that way you will have the same size patty as the same size burger bun, and it all works out really well. Are you ready? Let's go. So we're going to make piles first, and I gotta have at least 4 burgers. So I need a burger for my cameraman, of course, and he wants to try as well. Make sure you make the patties in equal amounts, so you gotta kind of eyeball it. And now you can start shaping the patties.
You did a pretty good job.
Thank you very much. I think so too. This can always be better, but hey, not bad. Just gonna cut out these burger patties. This makes for easy handling and easy putting them on the grill. So these burger patties are ready to go on the grill, but look at our grill. It's not even on yet. So let's do that right now. Get this thing fired up. Look at this thing, it's brand spanking new. It's all shiny. What better way to get it dirty than making some burgers, right? Let's put in some Kamado Joe Big Block. So we'll fire up the grill with a few of these fire starters and put the charcoal chimney on top. Let the charcoal light up. While our barbecue is coming up to temperature, let's crispen up some bacon. I got my pan set up on this little stove. It's all hot and ready to go. Our charcoal is all lit up. Let's put it in the grill. I'm also going to put in a log of beech tree. That's going to give it that wood fire experience. We'll put on our cast iron grill grate And we want to put on a flat top surface like this cast iron half moon. You gotta keep your eye on everything when you're making burgers. Left and right things are happening, so I had to check on this bacon, making sure it doesn't burn. We still have this beautiful beef ribs fat. Remember that when we took it out of the butcher paper? This stuff is so good. It's smoked, it's beef fat, it's salty, it's peppery. We're gonna use that to grease up our grilling surface. Our bacon is ready. We're gonna leave the pan on so we can use it to crispen up the buns. For our buns, I selected two types. One with sesame seeds on top and one without. But the one without, they're a little bit special because they're the luxury kind. Look at how beautiful they look, nice and round, shiny on top. And the sesame seeds, well, they're white fluffy buns. Basically like White Castle buns. Well, the live stream audience just selected the bun for me. They're gonna go with the luxurious one, which basically for me it has the same preference. Some people don't like sesame seeds on top of the grills because it adds a little bit of flavor. Yes, it does, but at the same time it gets stuck in your teeth. So I'm gonna go for this one. We're gonna make it beautiful and shiny, but first we're gonna crispen it up. So first I'm gonna put on 2 coarse ground patties. In the meantime, I'm gonna slice some onion and tomatoes. I want to quickly check on our burger, see if we build up that crust and all of that Maillard effect that we so desperately want. Oh yeah, we got a nice bit of crust on there. We're looking really good. We can see that the juices are popping out on the top. Time to get them off the grill. Look at how beautiful these look. Now let's start building up our burger. We got a crispy bun. We're gonna put a little bit of lettuce on the bottom just to protect that crispiness. Some sliced tomatoes, our first burger patty, some fresh cheddar cheese, second patty on, some young Gouda cheese, crispy bacon, and a few slices of white sweet onion. Put the cap on. I'm quickly reheating my sauce, and because we take a lot of time to make a film, it kind of like thickens, but I want to have it the smooth consistency, is almost like you could drink it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more whiskey. So I'm just gonna stir it up and then reheat it until it's warm and nice and fluid. And of course we have to do the taste test. Whoa! This is good stuff. Strong whiskey flavor, super sweet at the same time, and there are so many layers of flavor in there. And then the spiciness comes in, the habanero, it kind of bites you in the tongue and it doesn't let go. Fantastic, this is going to be perfect for a burger. But this is a party trick that we're going to apply. I'm using a syringe to suck up the barbecue sauce, stick it into the burger, and then we're going to squirt that barbecue sauce into the burger, making it hot and gooey, melting that cheese and making it delicious all over. Die heb je erop toch? You get that? Oh, horrible. That's horrible. It's like, oh brother. Oh, let's just stick it in there. We're having too much fun over here. There we go. Look at that. So the syringe is right in there, and it's kind of like a party trick to serve your burger this way, because now they get to inject at the table their own barbecue sauce. Look at that. Doesn't that look really good? Now let me inject some of that sauce in there. Oh yeah. It's going all in. Woo! Look at this. See that? We got barbecue sauce in there. We got barbecue sauce underneath here. Look at that. The cheddar melted. We got barbecue sauce everywhere. It's time to bite into this burger. And for you who have been following this channel for a longer time, you know the drill. Arms out, we're gonna do this anaconda style. Oh yeah. That's a tasty burger. Really tasty burger. There is so much flavor in there. Injecting the barbecue sauce in afterwards is really fun to do. But at the same time, it has a function. It really gets the heat in there again in the burger. And at the same time, it's melting the cheese. It kind of brings the whole burger together. Fantastic. Now let's try our hand on the fine burger patties. and see how they compare up to the coarse ground burger patty. I can see that there's a difference between a fine grilled burger patty and a coarse grilled burger patty. Look at this, the coarse one is much looser in structure. There's like almost these cracks and tear-ups. Whereas a fine ground burger patty, it's much more connected. You know, it's much more solid. This is more chunky, see that? So if we grab in there and like try and lift it up, you see it shreds really easy. And the fine one, it's gonna tear as well, but look at that, a much bigger chunk. I'm gonna try the coarse ground one first, just for reference. We put only salt and pepper on there, and I don't expect the taste to be different, but I just expect the texture to be different. So there we go. This thing is crazy juicy. And you do get a lot of texture. Really, really good. Here, cameraman, try some of that coarse ground. Tasty, right? Yeah. Juicy, tasty. He's licking his fingers. This is a good sign. Let's do the fine one. It's the same. Basically, it's the same. It's just as juicy, just as tasty. In my opinion, I like this better fine ground. You know, you gotta remember, it's not really, really fine, but it's finer than the coarse one. And the idea, and it kind of tricks me in my mouth, but the idea what I get is like, it's more tender. It's not really more tender, but you don't get these chunky bits. And these chunky bits give you the appearance of being a little bit dry and hard to chew on. Whereas the finer ground one, you kind of like, it melts in your mouth, it kind of like disappears. But if you want a burger where the meat has to stand out, it has to be on its own, you gotta go with the coarse ground, because then it's there, you can feel the texture. And with the finer one, it's not so much there. Well, the burger recipe turned out fantastic, and I absolutely love making burgers. It's so tasty and so fantastic, especially for lunch and stuff like that. At the same time, doing a test where you compare these two things, you really start to understand the burger patty. This burger patty was so juicy and it was so good. It kind of like make you think, while if you put it on a bun with lettuce, tomato and onion, sometimes you just don't appreciate how good that burger patty actually is. And when you eat it without anything else, it's so fantastic. I hope you're satisfied with that answer, because it's not very conclusive, right? And if you are, then leave us a big thumbs up. And I would love to hear in the comment down below what you guys think of this burger test and how you would perform this test, or what you like to see next. See you guys in the next video. And before we go, I want to say a big thank you to our Patreons and everyone that's supporting us right here on YouTube. And if you want to translate our videos, that would be highly appreciated. See you guys next time. Until then, eet smakelijk and keep on grilling.